Hello, fabulous TAs. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you get notified about my insightful TA videos as soon as they are uploaded. And welcome back, because for some of you, it's been a few weeks. Okay, let's get on to this video. It will be especially useful to you if you find returning to work after the long summer break a little overwhelming, because I'm going to give you 5 ways to help you survive the autumn term. I know from experience that the transition back to school can feel both exciting and a bit overwhelming. The autumn term brings with it a fresh set of challenges and opportunities, and whether you're a teaching assistant, learning support assistant, one to one, classroom assistant, higher level teaching assistant, or whatever they call you in school, getting back into the swing of things can sometimes feel daunting. So in this video, I will highlight 5 common pain points so that you know you're not alone and give you ideas on how to overcome them. Because the only way to overcome the overwhelm is to acknowledge how you feel and start to examine any concerns you have and begin the task of addressing them. Right, pain point number 1, re-establishing classroom routines. So, re establishing classroom routines when you know how hard you worked to establish them in the first place can feel like a mountain to climb. And after a long break, even the older students often need time to adjust back to the structure of the school day. One effective way to ease them into routines is to start with visual timetables and consistent, gentle reminders. Create a visual timetable that represents each part of the day. Use images or symbols for younger students to understand. To be honest, I think everybody could do with, sort of visual images, no matter how old. Display the timetable in a prominent place in the classroom. Review the timetable with the students each morning and update the timetable as necessary to reflect any changes. Because practicing these routines daily will help students quickly get back on track, making your day to day activities smoother. Pain point number 2, managing overwhelming workloads. Now, the thought of managing an often impossible workload is enough to make you not want to return to school at all. But you know that a well organised classroom, for instance, can significantly reduce daily stress and help both you and your students feel more in control. So sort supplies into categories, art, writing, maths, that kind of thing. Label trays and drawers for easy identification. Now, some of you will be doing this, but some of you might decide, no, can I be bothered? Just do it. It really is worth it. Keep essential supplies in a central location. Stock up on extra supplies to avoid running out mid-term and regularly check and reorder supplies as needed. I used to start by putting everything in alphabetical order, children's trays of supplies, etc., because it's amazing how much time you save by putting things into a logical order. Pain point number 3, learning new student names. Remembering the names of new students can be a challenge, but apart from the practical aspect of knowing their names, it's essential for building rapport and creating a positive classroom atmosphere. So use students' names frequently during interactions to reinforce your memory. Incorporate names into questions and answers to ensure you're regularly hearing and using each student's name throughout the day. Repeat students' names back to them when they introduce themselves or answer a question, solidifying the connection between name and face. Encourage students to use each other's names in group discussions to help everyone, including yourself, learn and remember them. And reflect on conversations at the end of the day, mentally going over the names and faces of the students you interacted with. And I think it's about being honest. It takes a little while to remember names. No embarrassment over it, just admit it. Much better to actually admit that you don't know a child's name than to call them the wrong name. Pain point number 4, supporting anxious students. Now, some students will feel anxious about returning to school for all kinds of reasons. So keeping an eye out for signs of anxiety and having calm down strategies ready, such as deep breathing exercises or creating a calm corner, can make a significant difference in helping these students to, feel secure and supported. And to be honest, just acknowledging that they're anxious and just being there for them really, really helps. And I actually have a handy checklist for identifying and supporting anxious children. More about where you can get access to that later. Pain point number 5, navigating tricky times of the day. So, certain parts of the school day, like transitions between activities, can lead to disruptions if not handled smoothly. So, to maintain a calm and productive environment, consider using consistent signals or cues to guide transitions. Prepare students for transitions by giving a 5-minute warning. That works wonders. Display a visual schedule to remind students of the next activity. Regularly rehearse transition routines to make them second nature. That actual concrete rehearsal, just doing it maybe 5 times, just to get that into their minds. This is what we have to do when we move from this activity to this activity. Use calming music or signals to create a smooth transition, and acknowledge students who transition smoothly to encourage others. By proactively addressing these tricky times, you can help to keep the day running smoothly and ensure students feel supported throughout the day. And this results in you feeling less frazzled by it all. And I have lots more info on keeping things calm during lunch breaks, playtimes, wet playtimes, morning arrival, end of day dismissal, educational visits, etc. And I'll tell you where to get them later on in this video. So these are simple ideas that will help you get started with yet another year at school. But there's only so much information I can put into one video. So if you'd like some more ideas, over 100 more, along with suggestions of how to implement them, take a look at this. My book, How to Survive the Autumn Term. I've created it to give you loads of ideas to get the new academic year off to a great start. I wanted to give you a book that will make the long autumn term less arduous. So it has done a lot of the creative thinking for you, which means you don't have to waste time and energy coming up with the solutions to all the problems that come with the return to school after the long summer break. Inside, you will find 100 ideas to help you survive the autumn term, with 5 ways to implement each idea, covering new beginnings, classroom setup, learning names, establishing routines, working one-to-one, curriculum delivery, tricky times of the day, building relationships, getting the children to focus close to Christmas, we know how hard that can be, and supporting the Christmas performance. Each section ends with example plans and space to create your own plans. So in this example for New Beginnings, a TA has decided to choose 3 of the sections from the New Beginnings section: setting a positive tone, getting organised, and introducing yourself to the students. They're all ways to create a welcome, and that's what the New Beginnings section is all about. Now, if you're pushed for time, you could just copy that page, decide that's what you're going to do for New Beginnings, or you could look at all 10 of them and create your own set of plans. And you've got a sheet, you've got a sheet of paper for each section, for each of the, you can create your own New Beginnings plan, is what I'm trying to say. Tricky for me to get back to this as well. And each of the 10 sections of this book has 13 pages. So if we take learning names as an example, you have got the different sections of that. Now I'm just realizing, how can I read it? We've got creating a something chart. I can't read it. It's too small. Playing name games. You've got lots of different. Yeah, I actually can't read this slide, which is a shame. But as you can see, you've got each page is a new section, and it's got 5 ways to implement it. All right, and then you've got the plan at the end and your page to do your own planning. And because I always like to give a bit extra in my books, I've given you some bonus material. So you've got reflection and prep for January, 6 pages, safeguarding, 14 pages, and a checklist, which is what I mentioned earlier for supporting anxious students, 5 pages. That's really, really useful. So this extremely useful resource comes in both book and PDF versions. The book is on Amazon and the instantly downloadable PDF is in my Etsy store, and I've put links to both in the description section below this video. And here's how to get to the description section if you're not sure. On your phone, tap on the little V under the video to expand the description section. On your laptop, click on Show More to expand the description section. And I've given you little red arrows to show you where to tap and click. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates. And it really does help if you do like my videos to actually like them, to get the algorithm sending it out to more teaching assistants. So thank you once again, and see you next time.